Sunday bar, go to Moko, you na inside, you na know. Besuruku, Sunday bar, go to Moko, you na inside, you na know. I wanna get baby cat dance. You're the list, not your denial. Don't give up, keep working harder. No matter how long the storm lasts, the sun will always shine behind a cloud. No matter how long the storm lasts, the sun will always shine behind a cloud. Your setback will be a major comeback. Me pa, I only hope for long life. Ugly water can carry rock. Then they don't dare, no cause to worry. Give God the glory for the little stuff. I give God the glory, keeping me alive. So I give God the glory for keeping me alive. Give God the glory for keeping me alive. Get a paper glory, I'm sorry to give God the glory for keeping me alive. Once you got food to eat, thank you. You get more to talk, thank you. You get air to breathe, thank you. Your current situation is not your final destination. No condition is permanent. Infection, starvation, temptation is not a potion. If you pray for my comfort, sorry, come and get your refund. No weapon for making me shall prosper. Cause I'm covered with the blood of Jesus. I sold my soul to the Holy Ghost. You already know I'm about to go. I walk through the valley and a shadow of death. I fear no evil. I still believe so. I'm not complaining. Lord, I'm grateful and thankful. So I give God the glory for keeping me alive. Give God the glory for keeping me alive. Get a paper glory. Sorry. Give God the glory for keeping me alive. Once you got food to eat, thank you. You get more to talk, thank you. You get air to breathe, thank you. Get a paper glory. Get a paper glory. Baba, I thank you, Daddy, I thank you. If I wanted to know what I cannot do one more. If I wanted to know what I cannot do one more. If I wanted to know what I cannot do one more. If I wanted to know what I cannot do one more. If I be home, Baba home, Unamu home, Baba home, Baba home, Unamu home. Make away, come on. Make away, come on. Manya come on, make away, come on. We're back to well. What the clap pocket? Somebody just eat the clap pocket. Manya come on, make away. So I give God the glory for keeping me alive. Give God the glory for keeping me alive. Get a paper glory. Sorry. Give God the glory for keeping me alive. Once you got food to eat, thank you. You get more to talk, thank you. You get air to breathe, thank you. Get a paper glory. Get a paper glory. Get a glory. Besuruku, Sunday bar, go to Moko, you na inside, you na know. Besuruku, Sunday bar, go to Moko, you na inside, you na know.
Party after party, yeah. Party after party, yeah.
There's one place, and that place is the place you can find all your party supply. It's Models D Party Supply. On Camp Johnson Road is Models D Party Supply. Has all and every kinds of party supplies you need, ranging from party dishes, plastic tablecloths, Disney party banners for kids, flowers for weddings and parties, balloons, different colors and sizes, party dishes, different colors and sizes, gift wrap papers. We also do the following: rental services, chairs, tables, chair covers, table runners, and chair saws. You can find them all. Modus D Party Supply. Our quality products bring you in, and our low prices bring you back. That's why we are Modus D Party Supplies. Contact us on Camp Johnson Road, Monrovia, Liberia, next to Yes Transport, or call us on 0777 671 814. 0886 777 665.
I can swear, I can joke, I see what's on my mind.
Makeup, they say, increases people's perception of a woman's likability, competence, and trustworthiness. That's why I introduced to you Major Millions Beauty and Market. Major Millions Beauty and Market has the best skin and hair care products. The beauty parlor also has hair accessories, including hairspray, hair gel, and hair dryer, makeup palettes, Major Millions customized lip gloss, shoes, bags, concealers, blushes, and a lot more. Guess what? Major Millions Beauty and Market has on sale well-packaged African products to include your favorite cuisine, cassava leaves, potato greens, palava sauce, palm butter, etc. Customers purchasing goods worth over 100 United States dollars will have free delivery once they are 15 minutes drive away from our location. Locate us at 10 Chestnut Drive, Elton, Maryland, 21921. Better still, call us on cell numbers 302-316-6813 or log onto our website www.majormillionsbeautysupply.com. Major Millions Beauty Supply. We move.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
The 12th, 2021. The time in Monrovia is 7:30 a.m. The time in Delaware is 3:30 a.m. And I'm very glad to be here. Good to be able to be here. And I want to say welcome to all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It depends where you're watching from or where you're listening from on one of our 6 platforms. It's very good to be here. Good morning, George.
Good morning, cuz, and good morning to our listener out there. It's good to be here this morning on a wet Thursday morning.
Yep. Good to have you, George. Boakai will not be joining us this morning. He does not feel well. And so it's good to have you this morning. This morning we will have the mother of Kwite Pay, a young Liberian American who, through thick and thin, who beat all the odds to make it to the NFL. It is not an easy feat to have such dreams as a child and work hard and go up and be able to accomplish those dreams. His mother, the rock of his life, who helped support his dreams, who did everything to support his dreams, will be our guest this morning on the show. For 30 minutes, she will be on from 8:30 Liberian time to 9 o'clock Liberian time, which will be at 4:30 Eastern time to 5 a.m. Eastern time. She will just share with us their story. You see, their story is one. They have one story. She and her son. She sacrificed. She worked hard to get her son to where he is. When Quitipe signed when he was drafted by the Indianapolis Colts, his signature bonus alone was, 7 point something million dollars. It was a big deal, man. But forget the money. To see a dream come true, after all the sacrifices the mother made and the hard work. And then I saw him draped in the Liberian flag as he waited to be called, to be drafted. And it was just an incredible moment. And I said, this young man must really love his country. And not only that, his mother must have ingrained in him the love of a country from where he fled as a child, as a baby, over into Guinea. And then from Guinea, they came to the United States all those years ago and settled in Rhode Island, where the mother still lives today. So Agnes Bay will be on the show this morning with us to just tell us their story. Incredible story it is. We will also have Sister Ernestine Clark, who will join us before Mother Agnes Bay comes on. Ernestine is aunt to the young man, Emmett Alade, who was brutally murdered, mobbed to death. They mobbed him, they mauled him to death in a very, very deadly case of mob violence. Some would call it mob justice. I wouldn't call it mob justice at all, because from what I hear, it wasn't that he did anything deserving to be murdered in such cold blood. Just 5 minutes, I'm told, from his father's house. This young man, a 23-year-old bright young man. When I mean bright, I don't mean the complexion of his skin. I mean bright in terms of his mind. I'm told he was intelligent. He was going to school. He was a student at the Blue Crest University, where I believe he studied computer science or technology or something like that. She will be here this morning with us to share this story with us. Now, folks, if you're looking to send money to Liberia, what other way to do it? What better way? What cheaper way? What faster way to do it than through SendWave? Download the SendWave app today, whether you're in your Apple Store or from your Apple Store or your Google Play Store. Enter the promo code COSTA, the COSTA, to get free $5 and make your first transfer today. You can use SendWave if you're in Canada to send money to Liberia. If you're in the US, to send money to Liberia. If you're in the UK, Italy, and a number of other countries, to send money to Liberia. And you can also send money to Ghana and Nigeria and other countries in Africa where SendWave operates. You can do that. Now, I read this story in Front Page Africa, and it broke my heart when I read the story. The story says that the Monrovia Central Prison, the prison out there in Banga, Bon County, the inmates are dying of starvation, hunger. They have very little food to eat. Now, some of you would be thinking, was it Leo Tolstoy, the Russian writer Leo Tolstoy? I believe it was Tolstoy who said, you can tell a civilized society by how it treats its inmates, its prisoners. And clearly, Liberia is far from a civilized country because the way we treat our image is a terrible, terrible thing. Yes, I believe it was Leo Tolstoy who said that. So I heard a story that the inmates at the prison in Banga are dying because they don't have enough food to eat. It really did break my heart. And in fact, in our chat room, the COP leadership chat room, we figured we want to do something about it. It was Stephen Johnson who actually suggested that. Stephen Johnson is the national coordinator of the COP diaspora. All of the COP chapters across Europe, Africa, Asia, the United States, or North America, they're all coordinated by Mr. Stephen Johnson. And so I think we should do something. And I agree with him right off the bat. You know, I mean, people are dying because they can't get enough food to eat. I'm told this problem is not just unique to the prison in Banga, the prison in Monrovia, the Monrovia Central Prison. I'm told they also have serious problems there with food. You know, they have a serious trouble there with food, and this is terrible, terrible. So we will see what we can do to help. Now, yesterday, Samuel Twe went to SEAL, the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinions. Now, I'm a member of SEAL. I joined SEAL many years ago. I used to go there from time to time. SEAL is the intellectual center, or what many of you will call is a hatasha, as you call it, on Kerry Street. And yesterday I watched, it's like I had a deja vu moment. And, you know, it's always been the case. Government officials, you know, who are the usual subjects of rebuke, condemnation, criticism. We condemn them at SEAL. We say all the things about them. Some of which are a little exaggerated, because of course we want to put on some intellectual braggadocio to impress our friends. And then finally, when that minister or official of government gets to be invited at SEAL, I saw that with Rob Salif. I saw that with many people in the past. You know, people who you think the people at SEAL hate, and then when they show up, the whole thing would be staged, and people would ask them questions that are screened and thoroughly approved and stuff like that. It was just ridiculous. And these guys made a total spectacle yesterday with Samuel Twe. It didn't surprise me at all. That's typically how these things happen. And so I was just very disgusted, extremely disgusted, when I watched that idiot Samuel Twe stand there at SEAL, and the people who should be asking him tough questions were all, you know, giving him these you know, pick and roll questions. You know, they were basically throwing in these softball questions, and instead of holding to account and asking him the hard questions, they were just there singing his praises, undeserved praises, I might add. And I read someone said on a Kalasco was there, Sekou Kalasco, who himself is a member of SEAL, or at least was before he became a government official. And Kalasco was carrying the exchange or the presentation live, this disgusting presentation by Samuel Twe, full of lies and all that kind of stuff, and beguile and all kinds of nonsense. And somebody was asking, I believe it was my friend Wakado, said, what's wrong with these young men? Shouldn't they be asking Samuel Twe all the tough questions? Aren't they suffering? You know, don't they all complain every day about how bad things are in the country, how bad the economy is? Should they not be asking Twe what he's doing to mitigate the bad economy and create jobs and do those things? And I said, Waka, you miss it. In Liberia, whenever these people, big shots, go places, Liberians are the biggest sycophants, you know, because he gave them some money. It's the way it works. a big shot comes somewhere. It could be a robber Salif, one of the nastiest crooks and criminals we've ever seen to ply the corridors of public office in our country, or Samuel Tuer, a loudmouth, empty-headed, no substance, shallow intellectual with no technical depth or experience, who found himself catapulted to the position of Minister of Finance due to his sycophantic attitude rather than his competency, which he has none of. And so when you see that sort of stuff, the reason why you see them behave like that, you see all that adulation and undeserved praises that are heaped on them whenever they show up in such public gatherings, and it's because, or on radio, it's because the people who do that, they're paid in advance. They're always paid. Do you think Samuel Tuer just went and walked up to CEO and expected that those guys, first of all, he handpicked the moderators, you know, and no offense to Julius J. and what's the other boy's name? Oliver Kahn, whatever the hell his name is. They were handpicked. So the moderators have to be handpicked. They're probably given the questions beforehand, is approved by Tuer or the patron, and they are well taken care of. And then the folks at CEO have to also be paid. The leadership is paid. And, you know, my own Sylvester Tevez now is the vice chair for administration. He's a senior, the second highest ranking person there. I'm not going to accuse Sylvester of it, but Sylvester knows how it works. He's an official CEO. I'm a member, and I know how it works. And it's just distasteful. I watched a few minutes of the hubris loaded or hubris laden nonsense of a presentation by Samuel Tuer, and the people who were just sitting there with their jaws dropped, listening to this Salama swine who only recently was broke like a church house rat, but today is a big shot with all this largesse and lots of money to throw out from people. It's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. And I was done. I was done with it. I was gone. I was done. I just couldn't watch more of it than a few seconds. Now, folks, we're going to move to something else here. CMO. Now, listen, folks. CMO. Now, if you do not know who that is, he's a young man, an employee, an enforcement officer. That is exactly what CMO did or does at the Liberia Revenue Authority. Like in the United States, they have the people who work with the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. That is Liberia's equivalent of the IRS is the LRA. They have enforcers. When they realize that you are in some default or you are engaged in some form of tax fraud, these are the individuals that are dispatched and deployed to ensure that you are made or you're brought, you fall in line, that you become compliant. So they have the enforcement department at the LRA. Now, I am told that is where this young man worked. He was not an auditor, Mr. Tuning Gamondu, or whatever your name is, sir. CMO was not an auditor, unlike Gifty Lama and Albert Peters and George Vambuto. CMO was an enforcer. Listen to this. We're hearing something, folks. We're hearing something. CMO might very well not be dead. According to the story we're hearing, listen to this. Very credible story. We're hearing that young man CMO was actually among 15 LRA enforcers that were suspended for extortion. Hello. Now, we don't have all the facts yet, but internal LRA sources are speculating that CMO might not be dead. He might have simply gone into hiding because he was among 15 LRA employees who had been suspended and they were being investigated for extorting money from business people. They would go to do enforcement. Now, I am not an insensitive person. We're all concerned about Seon's well-being, but we have credible information that Seon was suspended. Now, could it be that Seon went into hiding for fear that the investigation might uncover something very bad that might affect him badly? Or could it be that Seon is actually in a dangerous situation? Now, you see now, when I got this information yesterday, I started saying to myself, let me read for you something that came from the source. There are 15 of them under investigation. I'm reading word for word. The bookman will say verbatim something from the source. There are 15 of them under investigation. Quote, when I say quote, that means it's somebody else's words and not mine. Quote, there are 15 of them under investigation, I heard. That department is not child's play. Those enforcers at the entire LRA are rich. They know he's in hiding. They will put together so that he can't call names. Big society push. Folks, do you hear this? Do you hear this, folks? So people believe that Seon Mo is in hiding. That's what somebody believes. He's in hiding because he was involved in a situation of extortion. And this is what they said happened. Seon Mo and other enforcers went to a business person in Ganta. They were sent to Ganta to do an investigation. Well, some people are saying the suspension ended, but I'm just saying, now it's good that people like Diana and others here, that you know that Jeremiah Ray Parker, I see your comment, I read your comment. So that element of the story never came up. That Seon Mo is still under investigation. Now the suspension may have ended, but I'm told the investigation continues. So it's causing me to wonder, is he really in a bad situation? Or did he decide to go into hiding? That's what I'm thinking now. Since I got all this information yesterday, I'm thinking, did he go into hiding? Or is he hurt? Was he kidnapped? Was something? Now, don't get me wrong. We have a duty to bring all of the facts to the public. Seon Mo is still undergoing investigation, or was still undergoing investigation when he suddenly disappeared. Could he have gone into hiding for fear of being caught? Or is Seon Mo a victim of some sort of vicious attack? You see? But the facts must be brought to the public. That they went to Ganta, the enforcement department. Listen, I'm going to tell you a story. They went to Ganta, Nimba County. This is a bustling business center. Ganta never sleeps. It's like the New York of Liberia. They went to Ganta, Seon Mo and his team, and allegedly received a bribe. Allegedly. They went to Ganta and allegedly received a bribe. So the person they took the bribe from filed a complaint against them, because according to the story, after they took the bribe from this business person in Ganta, who apparently was in trouble with the LRA, I know some people might find this insensitive to talk about. It is not insensitive to talk about. Did Seon Mo do wrong? Was he being investigated? Yes, he was. Does the public deserve to know all of the facts and circumstances? The public does. You understand? The public deserves to know. Folks, let me ask you a question before I go even further. Do you want me to tell you all of the information that we're receiving? The CMO was a subject of a criminal investigation, internal investigation, for being complained by a business person for extorting a bribe from them in Ghana. Do you want to know, folks? Do you want to know? Or do you not want to know? Because we believe that something might have happened to him. I'm going to ask my people. If you want to know, say yes. Do you want to know all of the facts? That CMO was under investigation and that he and 14 other LRA enforcers were complained by a businessman for extorting a bribe from them in Ghana. My people say yes. My people keep saying yes. They want to know the facts. They keep saying yes. So because they say yes, I'm going to go ahead and give them the facts. Of course, people want to know the details. CMO worked for the LRA. He was under investigation. Somebody brought his complaint. They said CMO and 14 and other LRA guys took money from them. So I'm going to go ahead and present the information. Now, listen, but listen. CMO and these guys that were complained did not work for themselves. They have the bosses at the top. It is believed that this is a ring, this is a syndicate. CMO and the likes would go out there, extort money, and they will bring it to their bosses, and they will get their share. This is the syndicate, the criminal syndicate that is believed to be happening at the LRA. So, well, everybody seems to say yes, that they want to know the facts. So we're going to go ahead and provide the facts. Now, so this is what happened, folks. CMO and other enforcers went to Ghana. They met this businessman. He was in default or trouble with the LRA. They then demanded money from him as a bribe to not punish him. He paid them the bribe. After paying them the bribe, there were 15 of them total involved in the syndicate. Then what did they do? They went ahead and still took action against this man. After they took action against this business person, the businessman felt very angry. And what did he do? He proceeded to write a complaint against them. They took his bribe money and they went against him still. He wasn't having that. He went ahead and complained them. You can't take my money and still take action against me. So he complained them and they were being investigated. While they were being investigated, they suspended them. Now, some of you say they had served their suspension and they returned to work. Now, I don't know that part. You might be right. I will find out. Then CMO suddenly disappears while the investigation is still ongoing. CMO disappeared. Now, could it be that CMO disappeared so that he would not pay the consequences, or for fear that this investigation might find him guilty of something? Could it be? Could it be that he's afraid? Or could it be, there are two theories here. Could it be that CMO was made to disappear by the bosses at the top, for whom they allegedly work, extort money from these people, and bring to their bosses? Could it be these people are afraid that CMO might drop some names? You see, these are the two concerns that people have. The folks are saying from the LRA that it could be very well that CMO might have disappeared on his own volition for fear that the investigator might uncover something and nab him with something that may cause him to be criminally prosecuted. Or could it be that their bosses made them disappear? Or, you see, did they make him disappear? Did they make CMO disappear, or did CMO make himself disappear? Folks, these two theories Pick one. Which one do you think it is? Of course, I'm not going to pick one. I can't pick any. I don't have the facts to support my decision or that choice. What can I pick? I don't know. He might have made himself vanish, or somebody did make him vanish for fear that he might drop their name. They want to protect him. People do it all the time. They do harm to people if they feel that that person has information that could embarrass them. So did Sayam Mo make himself disappear, or did they make Sayam Mo disappear? That is a $60,000 question. Now, only time will tell. If Sayam Mo never reappears, God forbid, then we would all know that they made him disappear. But if Sayam Mo surfaces unscathed, he's all right, nothing wrong with him, then I would be inclined to conclude that he made himself disappear. But until then, these two theories will continue to linger in my head. Did Sayam Mo disappear by himself out of fear that he might be prosecuted criminally for extorting bribe from business people, or was he made to disappear? And that is, I'm speaking euphemistically. Made to disappear means killing, but I'm being euphemistic. That is the thing. So we will wait. But I'm wishing that Sayam Mo is somewhere unscathed, unhurt, and he's enjoying himself and probably is watching this show with a fake account. By the way, he and I are friends on Facebook. So I'm praying that that is the case, that Sayam Mo is okay and that nothing is wrong with him, that he simply got up and went into hiding because he's afraid. Some people don't know how to react. Some people are scared. That's how they react. They will just get up and go into hiding. So I'm hoping that's what he did. I would not want Sayam Mo to be a victim of a hush murder. You know what a hush murder is? You murder the person in order to hush them up so they wouldn't say what they know about you. I'm hoping Sayam Mo is not a victim of a hush murder. That's what I'm hoping. We shall see what happens, but I pray that that's not the case. It is possible, absolutely, completely possible, that he could have been murdered, but we hope that's not the case. Now, shortly, we will take Ernestine Clark for a few minutes, who will talk to us about her nephew, Emmett Alade, the young man who was mauled to death by folks in his neighborhood. And as I said, we don't have all of the facts, and she will provide them to us. She will join us shortly in a few minutes. Ernestine Clark, who was a journalist in Liberia, a broadcaster, would better describe her. Before she moves to the States, she's distraught, understandably distraught, broken, devastated over the murder, gruesome murder of her nephew, a 23-year-old bright young man studying at Blue Crest University. He and his friend went out to have fun, and he never came home. The next that we hear of him would be a terrible, terrible, heartbreaking news that he, Emmett Alade, was mauled to death by a family that lives just 5 minutes away from his father's place. Terrible, terrible news. Terrible news. You know, we're talking about the Ganta. I mean, the prison at Banga. And a big brother of mine just sent a message and said he will do 10 bags of rice as his contribution to add to what a COP would do. We will buy some rice and we'll buy some oil and stuff, and we'll take it up there to the prison. Some rice and oil. You know, my uncle Jeremiah Walker used to say, I remember when Mapu, the cook, Mapu would say, "Oh, Reverend, we ain't got no food in the house today." Oh. And Jeremiah Walker would say, well, Mapu, y'all got some rice? Yeah. Y'all got some red oil, some Repamol? Yeah. And then some salt and water. Yeah. So well then, you can cook some rice and with a rep them all. And he said once you got rep them all, and you got some water and salt, and you got rice, then you can cook dry rice. And don't mind him. We would not cook no dry rice like that. But I was just him. Whenever you ask him for money to go buy food, that's what Jeremiah Walker would say. Young guys on rap them all. He's hate to see us just sitting there, right? Idle, doing nothing. So he will see us and he will be like, young man, what are you sitting there for? Huh? What are you sitting on you behind for? So, oh, Jerry, nothing to do. He said, no, there's something there to do. Jump up on the fence and jump down. Jump up and jump down. There's something to do. All right. Jeremiah Winslow Walker, JWW. Peace to his ashes. So we're waiting so we're going to do that. We're going to get some rice and some oil, some rapam oil, and some vegetable oil, and we're going to go up there to Banga, and we're going to identify with the prison there. The inmates, it's just a terrible thing. We're hearing that they're dying of hunger. Are you kidding? It's a terrible thing. To be in a prison and die of hunger is just very sad, extremely sad and unacceptable. So we will do something about that at the COP. That's what we do. We identify ways we can help. We're waiting for Miss Ernestine Clark to join us shortly. George, in the meantime, let's go to the phone lines and let's take some calls there.
Yes, yesterday they saw the certificate seen from me yesterday.
No, George, you're wrong. Simeon Taylor,
yesterday.
The CPP so now, Senate candidate, yeah. The CPP Senate. Yeah, the CPP Senate candidate. Joe, wait now. You provided misinformation. Let me correct you. The certificated Simeon Taylor. Simeon Taylor is a CPP candidate, the guy who won the election in Grand Cape County. He's from the ANC originally. Simeon Taylor. Yes, he won the case. Victor Watson, one of the youngest serving senators in the Israel and Liberian Senate, did not want to let this thing go. He lost the case at the level of the NEC. Then he proceeded to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court upheld the decision of the NEC and proceeded to authorize the NEC to certificate Mr. Taylor, Simeon Taylor. I want to say congratulations to Simeon. Now, Simeon, let me say this to you. You know why I don't celebrate when these guys get elected or whatever? I don't, because most of them go in there to do the same damn thing. The next thing you're going to hear, oh, Simeon just told some money. Oh, yeah. I saw they had all the women who were celebrating Warning, Botokane. Hey, yeah, the woman at market woman, she's a poor woman. She go to the play. More than likely, the poor people in Liberia, when they get elected, they are the most inclined, the most likely to be corrupt. Let me repeat myself. The poor people, when they get elected in Liberia, they are the most inclined to be corrupt. So I was never sympathetic toward Botokane. They say, oh, the woman at market woman, she used to say, drive me, and she become a senator. Don't bring that nonsense to me. We should elect our best and our brightest. We should not elect somebody because you poor and because you are selling dry meat. No. My mother sold in the market. My mother, Botokane, reminds me so much of my dear beloved mother, Sarah Burton. They even look alike. Botokane and my late man, Sarah Burton, they even look alike. Botokane sold dry meat. My mother was so rare oil. Everything was sold. So for you to look at me and tell me, say, we should be nice to Botokane because she was selling dry meat, and so we should be nice to her. Nonsense. I would not have taught my mother a competent fit for the Senate. Me, right here. As much as I love my dear mother, I would never have voted for my own mom to be senator. If I really meant to be honest and fair, my mother was not qualified to be senator. And the same thing applies to Botokane. Why must we feel sorry for people? Government job. People say this even Costa, you can't talk about the woman, the woman, a poor woman. So that poor people also say, we're supposed to say competent people, not poor people. Now, some competent people are they poor, of course. But should we send people just because they are poor and we feel sorry for them because they are poor? No. Send your best and your brightest. Not poor people. I got nothing against poor people. I'm a poor man myself. But don't look at me and tell me, say, we want to vote for somebody that vote can just because the woman are poor woman and blah, blah, blah. And the woman, this is the thing with us. But listen, the 30,000 that they gave, and the woman to her own.
Yeah, the money to her own.
She don't swear. And you know the way the market women get tired of money in a lapa nose?
Yeah, they can afford the entire check.
They have both kind of tired of money in her lapa nose.
And she entered, she bobo, she had the.
But wait, did you expect Bodo Cannon to have a voice in the Senate? What did she know to be there? I said, when I talk about it, they say, hey, because I don't make it one scene. What did she know to be there? I was disgusted when the people voted for Bodo Cannon to be senator. The woman has no work experience, nothing. The only thing the woman know how to do, the woman been selling dry meat. Hey, man. That the librarian you say you wanted to go somewhere, you vote for somebody who was selling dry meat. Then you say, fine. She can't talk. My sister comfort with me. But as someone here comfort, and I was supporting her because the women solidarity comfort. Comfort, you show you support our woman. They were passing all around with her. Bodo Cannon. Soon Bodo Cannon go there. They get all the 30,000. She collect it more. She tie in on lapa nose. You collect the money. Forget about the good team, Big Brother ABK. Forget that. What you call good team? Why am I taking the money there now?
The most our first, yeah, the most our financing the first 15K.
And that woman first financing 30,000. They get that the woman saying drum me. You know how many bag of drum me that woman gotta sell before she see 1,000 US? Then you sell that woman to the Senate.
But see, you want to talk about her though? See, yeah, lead a woman.
Yeah, that was yeah. So you want to talk about her? They can say, yeah, lead a woman.
And the title again now. We are the librarian.
But it's wrong. You say the woman know nothing. I go see the woman talking that time she was doing press conference. And so they say, the election commission say that they will kill the visa. And I said, what? That the senator there? Senate? You send the woman to the Senate? That woman will take any money Joey sent to the Senate, that woman will take it. Any money they send to that Senate, that woman will take it. The woman a poor woman. No experience, no exposure. Then you go bring 15,000 US bottle can and look at it for long. Boom. She said, what? I've been saying drive me and what's saying, I see they got money. My father said that your popular sister, Mike, no in your good conscience, you could never support a woman to be senator. Man, what are you talking about? You can look at somebody that want to know nothing about public service, nothing. Then you send her to the Senate, to the Liberian Senate, to go occupy space and collect free money. But say, hey, man, get peace out for her, because, that woman. My man, Sarah Burton, was not qualified to be senator. I'm not sure I would have voted for my own man if she ran. No, man. How will go somewhere? Oh, the other person say, I'm jealous of the woman. Jerry Gibson, I'm jealous of Bodo Cannon? You all right. How can I be jealous of the woman? The woman is occupying a Senate seat, Liberian Senate. 9 years old, my man John J. Peter, 9 years. They say one woman died, that Pelleman killed it. No.
The more, at least the more, yes, something you call Snake 9 year end.
Huh?
Snake 9 year end. At least the more, yes, something.
The woman, yeah.
Yeah.
The real thing you must say, you ain't saying Bodo Cannon into that Senate to do anything there. You're saying all that so she can change her life. So her story can change. You're saying all that so her story can change. Let's be honest, man. How you can send that kind of woman to the Senate? From selling dry meat straight to the Senate. No offense to dry meat seller. But that's the place is supposed to be. Everybody, look, everything not for everybody. Talking, man. Labia. Now the company there will get. Oh, Nangala. They my man said that pellet and my pellet sister. Me and I get time for tribalism. And I get time, you pellet, I can deal with you, I will soak you. You whatever. Yeah, now I can tell the other tribe then. Ernestine, we have a problem here. Joy, let's take a call there. I'm trying to get her here.
Okay.
It says that her device is not connected.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's take a call while I try to get her connected.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, my brother. We can hear you.
Thank you, and good morning to my leader, my hero, Herman Petro Costa. And good morning to my family, in the diaspora of the TOP and the CPP in general. For the organization, I'm Poker Robert. And I join you this morning from a new destination. Good morning, Petro.
Morning, Poker.
Let me say thanks to you, Petro, for the consistency and persistency in seeing a better life. And may God continue to bless you and give you long life. But to the issue, I want to speak on the issue of the coronavirus or Bishop protocol. You see, this government is not fighting the virus effectively or to you leader. Yesterday, while I was with Minister Square, while I was with Minister Square yesterday, it was a serious God of violation. It was a serious violation towards the health protocol. How would you say we should enforce social distance? When you see a minister of the government supposed to be what supposed to be effectuating the protocol of the health minister. We are there pushing the health protocol. That's what it's or the whole chemistry. It was just the capacity with a lot of superstition and superstition. When it became the power of police water, there was no one person to be arrested. The police was there, but we get last week Friday. When we went to celebrate our leader birthday, Costa, you got a ton of police people. For 3 hours you were gone. They went as anything to say whether they were preaching that protocol. When they pick up from the center, we are not preaching that protocol, but we are celebrating our leader Costa birthday, our arrested, our flogged, our persecuted. But because yesterday was Mr. Square, there was not one person arrested. They're wrong. The people, the post is not political staff, they left our people. They're wrong, people. They're wrong. So President Trump, we are your leader, the people that surrounding you, that they will make you today, you'll be no more what we are as a president. Thank you one more. And you're not deter me for me to be part of my family COP. Any movement, I will be part of COP activity. Any movement, I will be part of CPP activity. I come back to my movement, I come back with sincerity. So if he says you can come back again and arrest me, take down. It will not even deter me. I'll be my family for a better movement I can be. Thank you, Pedro, and thanks to George, and thanks to the family of Good Jeff. Lord Labrio and Lord Helen Pedro Costa. Thank you.
Okay, my brother. Good morning to you,
Hey, my man, we're not taking calls. Wait, we got to talk to the lady. She's here now. She was struggling to get connected, but she's here. Miss Ernestine Clark, morning and welcome, and our deepest condolences.
Good morning.
Oh, there's feedback.
Good morning, Boakai. Good morning, Liberia, and thank you so much for having me.
Yes, this must be a very, very difficult period for you and your family, what you're going through, this tragic loss of your nephew, Emmett, and it's terrible. I hope you can find the strength to share with us what happened, the full story, because you just told me basically a synopsis what happened to him, but you didn't get to tell me the full account of how it happened.
Right.
So please share with us when and how
it happened. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I just have to adjust this microphone. So
much
on
better
the
now.
morning of August 9th, my nephew went out Sunday, let's say the 8th, I guess, went out with a friend to a party or whatever, young men as usual, going out, hanging out, drinking, chasing girls and what. So he went out with his friend. and they were on their way back home in the Barnesville area. And I got the name right this time. It's not Keba, but it was, they say, the Berwyn community is just at the back of the estate. So he and his friend were walking in the early morning hours, coming home, and there was this community, or a broken up, unfinished fence around a house that you usually people in Liberia would always take shortcuts in your yard if the alley is filled with water and it was raining and stuff like that. So they were trying to get past the muddy area and walk where everybody usually walk, like it was a footpath already. And the family there had just been robbed, according to them, or they had thieves around the area before, and they decided that they would be on the lookout for people who don't sleep at night and are always out there. And unfortunately for my nephew, Emmett Alade, he was these people got a hold of him. And when the friends saw that they were kind of hostile and stuff like that, I don't know, I wasn't there, I don't know, but they said the friend got away. And then his father lived like 5 minutes walk from where they were. So he felt a little confident, because it's almost like someone coming and telling me, if I took pay, I had my check and I was purchasing, they say, Ernestine, you just stole that money. And it's funny to me, because I know I just got paid from my legitimate job, and you told me I stole that money. So he was like confident, because this is a boy that was born in Barnesville, grew up in the estate, graduated from high school, attends the Blue Crest University, a study class teacher for many kids. He's so good in the math and science and arts work. So he felt confident to stand and tell them, no, I'm not a criminal, I'm not, I'm coming out from so why your friend ran? Say, well, I don't know, but my father's house is right here. That cream house you're looking at, my father is Ola Joseph Ola Alade. He's employed with GT Bank. His wife's name is XYZ. I live at Barnesville E60, not too far from here as well. I'm not a criminal. Oh, what are you doing out here? Let's sit down in the night, and stuff like that. And they jumped this boy, they jumped this kid, and they started to beat on him, and chastise him for being out there. Okay, I understand if you are a bit wounded from an event, and or you're a bit stressed out from people bothering you or burglarizing you. But if someone is giving you all these informations, are you still going to continue doing what you were doing? And Claire information came out that there was, an AFL soldier that was there, and I think another EPS, and all these people were there. And then there's a group called Kapao. I got on the line with them and I spoke with them. The person in charge, what is his name? Sorry, let me get his full name. He is Morris Sherman. So I spoke with Morris Sherman, who is head of Kapawa. He said he got this call during the early morning hours and he came running to see what happened. And yeah, when they got there, these officers were like, oh no, because their duty is to make sure that no one, mobs or lynch someone to death. They will, secure that person and turn them over to the requisite authorities. So they were like, okay, don't worry, I'm with the AFL. Oh yeah, we will turn the man over to the police and stuff like that. So after this boy pleaded with them, told them everything, he said, my pa is with GT Bank. What did I take? There was nothing that they could even show that he took.
And he has stolen, exactly.
Nowhere to show where he took it from. So where is the evidence that you say he took something or he was a criminal passing by? What did he steal? We don't see what he stole. You didn't even take a picture of the items that you're accusing him of stealing, because usually people will do that. I've seen on social media, if somebody, did a ritualistic killing, they will give you the body to hold and take a picture of you and say, this is what this person did. Now tell me, what should we do with them? And you are not, cloud with authority to make judgment right there, but they did. And when they convinced the Kapao group, that the guy from Kapao, that, okay, we will turn him over to the police, don't worry, he left. He said he left, and they then took matters into their hands, took him into their house, like they were going to keep him safe to get the crowd away, and that's where they killed him. They stabbed him, they broke his hand, they chopped him. It was so gruesome, and then they brought him where they threw him out on the road.
Wait.
Where the
Even after,
place was in a yard. And so in the morning, all my
Ernestine,
family, the neighbors, everybody came running when they identified this person on the
I don't know
road.
why she can't
The
hear
guy
me.
from Kapawa said when he got there, the boy was already like, you know, uh, uh, already brutalized by all these other people that came around. And then this group of family now took him into their place and said, okay, we'll keep him until the morning hours. And that's where they finished him up. So when the people came in the morning, they were like, this is the house. A lady said, but I heard some sound coming out of this place. Another woman said, we saw them moving with something and I screaming and said, y'all don't put anything over there. I see y'all. If y'all put anything in our swamp, beyond my house, I will talk. And then they move on, and just threw him on the road. And then this guy, or somebody said, but you're moving from the road. Car could come and smash him, moving from the road and put him at least on the side of the road. So, the people were like, not even concerned about all that. They're like, yeah, the men are road. And that is one thing that has been happening for a long time. And this boy lied there. In the morning, these people came, they saw the blood in the community, in that house somewhere, and they said, oh no, we kill a sheep and this and that. They said, for what? Abraham did it was long ago, so how come y'all got fresh blood here? This officer, my family even has the case of the phone that they managed to take from this officer. It had blood on it. His shirt has some blood stains on it, and he put his military uniform over it. We have the recordings and everything. So they try to, like, angry. The friends of my nephew try to stone, and throw rocks over the thing and say, we'll burn this house. And then they call for reinforcement, and the police came and started protecting the house, and not even to be concerned about my nephew laying down there in cold blood. The family was like,
Have they
okay,
arrested
don't
anyone?
touch the body. We will investigate. It's from morning until sun up, and then the day is going, and you see your baby, your child laying now. So my family got, his father especially, he got out of it. He said, I'm taking my son from here. I don't know what you're doing that's taking so long, but I'm taking my son from here. And that's how he took his son to the mortuary. Or if you touch him, then you spot a case and what have you. You say, but how long will this boy lay here? And nothing is being done. Police come and say, okay, we're going to come back and this and that. And then all of a sudden you'll come and then you'll start to protect the people who we are thinking and hope, feeling that they did this. So, it went that way. And up to now, no arrest has been made, Henry. No investigation has been done. The police is saying nothing. We've been calling, all the people that we think can help. We're trying to come out here on your platform to cry out, to human rights group, to the very government of Liberia, the authorities in the police, the army, the EPS or whoever. Can we do an investigation and see what happened, what went wrong? There are people who are willing to come up and explain what they saw. There are people who are willing to come and give accounts of what happened that night, in the early morning hours of August 9th. It was a Monday morning, and we just want, justice. I know people will say the poor doesn't get justice, especially in a third world country. It's so hard, but we want to still have faith. We want to still believe that something can come out, and we want to also make sure that this doesn't happen to another person's child. There's been accounts and counter accounts of people lynching people mobbing people, and only to find out that the person didn't do this. There was a story of a guy coming from a Tari, a drummer and an organist in a church. He was lynched to death. He said, here's my pastor number. I'm coming from a Tari all night. I'm not a criminal. What are you doing in the area? There's another account of a friend I know from Barnesville, Osako Harper. He had a girlfriend on Cottington, and he felt, insecure when she didn't pick up her phone, and he got on a motorbike and went to Cottington campus. And because they didn't know him in that community, they beat that boy and broke all his teeth out of his mouth. Today he's wearing 4 dentures. Yes, he almost died. There was also another account of a army personnel in Ghana. That one was in Liberia. Army personnel in Ghana who was jogging in his mufti. He wasn't in uniform, but he had his pistol early morning.
I remember that story. The captain.
And getting his exercise on. And some community dweller saw him and said, "Oh, I see somebody with a gun." And they started to alarm. And oh, the vigilante or whoever that said they're protecting their community, they don't do it properly. They came out and they killed that many men. Try to tell him he was not an armed robber, he was a soldier, and they killed him. That thing was sensational on social media. So many mornings we wake up on Facebook, we see somebody laying in a we will call it dumper. Somebody laying in the gutter, somebody laying on the street. Oh, we see body in the market. We see, oh, that maybe that was rogue. We cannot just assume. These are people who were born to families. These are people who were loved. This is a baby that I held in my hand. This is a baby that I took to school myself. This is a baby that we celebrated his first birthday. This is a child that was so smart. If you had phone or computer or DVD, anything that is electronic and you needed to fix it, he would just come and fix it for you. He'd be like, "Hey man, how you did this thing?" And he's just tell you, this is his picture. I don't know if it's clear. This is Emmett Aladdin. He was a person, he was not a dog. For him to be killed like the way you kill him and left him, for the dogs to eat and the flies to feed on. And up till now, there has been no investigation or nothing whatsoever, Henry. Nothing, Buakai. I just need you guys to help my family, because at this point, everybody come and say, nothing will come out of AO, nothing will come out of AO. Now how la bro looking, how the country looking, and we don't want to believe this, because we may be outside Liberia, but our hearts are in Liberia. We still love our country. We still believe in our country. We know that we can get justice, or we know that we can put in. And I know my nephew will not come back to life. I know, and it's not about kill the person that killed him. No, but can we see some efforts being made? Like, what happened here? Go to the community. Can we see people asking questions? Can we see people taking notes? His body's in the mortuary. We don't even have a pathologist. We don't want you to go and open him up or do anything, but take pictures of him. Treat it like it was a person born into a country and he was a citizen of Liberia. Okay. He could have been somebody great too, just like any of you out there. So could you just go do these things and let the family see that, okay, I belong in a country. We come to other countries and we see how people treat their citizens and take care of their citizens. How can you do this to us? How can you break our hearts? And then when other people saying nothing will come out of Liberia, we are going to Liberia. I can't go to that country. I can't put my rock in the ground in that country, and we will be feeling like, no, don't say that. We will be the ones out here saying, no, there's hope, and how can you make us feel like this? How can you? We're just begging. We're begging the government in any way. We're begging human rights organizations and group, whistleblowers, anybody, the media, the legal group in Liberia, anybody to help us. And we know it's not easy. It's not easy, but we just need to see some efforts.
Okay. I understand.
My sister Geraldine Clark, she gave birth to this boy, 23 years old. Sometime in 1994, April, she gave birth to her son. And this is a baby we all welcome. We celebrated his graduation from high school. We were all proud of him. I posted on Facebook. Every time his birthday come or something, I'm there. I'm sending money. I'm helping in any way I can. And this is what we get.
Ernestine, we're deeply sorry, very, very sorry, and we will keep fighting about this, fighting this to demand justice, to demand accountability. The wickedness in this world is just beyond me. I don't understand it. We are very, very sorry. We're very sorry, but I assure you, we will keep talking about this. We'll keep talking about this. We'll keep pressing the authorities to take action. This should not be hard to investigate. There should be a lot of eyewitnesses. They should surround a lot of people, arrest a lot of people. People start confessing.
Yes.
When these things happen, you go to the community, everybody you hear who was around, you start arresting them. You arrest a lot of them, they will start spilling the beans.
Yes, because nobody wants to be. Yeah, nobody wants to be, held when they had nothing to do with it. So if I knew it was you, I'm like, I'm not gonna suffer for you. You know what you're
exactly.
doing. Y'all go get
Yeah.
this.
So just arrest all the people who you think might be involved. Hold them, and they will start spilling the beans. They will start telling they will start ratting their friends out. This is what they need to do. Thank you. We will keep talking about this.
Let me just also add that the representative for that district is District 11. I don't know, is
Richard Coon.
Yes. So we are calling on him. Even Senator Dillon, it's Montserrat County. This happened too, and he lives in the same area. We are begging him to please help us. Help us.
You kill somebody else's child in cold blood, and you think it's okay. I mean, what kind of wickedness is that? So we're gonna keep talking about this. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye. So disturbing.
I don't know.
Richard, hello. Good morning.
We are calling on him. Senator Dillon, it's Montserrat County. This happened too, and he lives in the same area. We are.
Madam Pay? Hello? Yeah, folks, we have the mother of Quite Pay on, Madam Agnes Pay. Would you lower please reduce the volume?
You have to reduce the volume at your back.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell her. I don't know whether she can hear us. Hello? Yes, folks. So we have the mother of Quite Pay on. Morning, ma. Please reduce the volume from the computer or wherever you watching us from. Then reduce the volume. Hello? Morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Wait. She's having some issues now, George. Let's be patient with her.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know how to use this stuff. So, hello, ma. Can you hear us now? Hello? Yeah, okay. She go call her son to help. Hold on, George.
The volume.
We can hear her, but she cannot hear us. Hello? Morning.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now you can hear us. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So we're very glad to have you this morning. Folks, we told you about Madam Agnes Pay. She's a great mother. We're so proud of her. And we watched the video, and I mean, cold bump came on me. I was so touched when I read the story and watched the video of your son and everything you did for him to be where he is today by God's grace. So we felt we wanted to bring you on the show so you can talk to your people. We got thousands of people watching and listening this morning on while you are on. I want to thank you for agreeing to come on just share your story with us and how you did this, because the Liberian people are very happy and they're very proud of your son and of you as a good mother who provided for him, worked very hard in this country. We know it's not easy yet. So thank you so much, Madam Pay.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself first. Agnes Pay, when you came to America?
I came to the U.S. 1990.
1990.
Mm-hmm.
And you went straight to Rhode Island?
Right to Rhode Island, yeah.
Good. So how old was Quite Pay when y'all came?
When we came to the U.S., we were 8 months.
8 months old?
Yeah.
Incredible. Now, Quite was that young. Mm-hmm. And on the night of his drafting, when he was drafted, I saw he had a big Liberian flag around him. I mean, how you got that ball to be able to have love for a country that he has never been to, that he was born in Guinea, right?
Yeah.
In the refugee camp. So what did you teach them that he loves Liberia like that? Tell me.
Well, I told him, couldn't know I'm Liberian. His father is Liberian. We went to Guinea, because of the war. So even though he was born in Guinea, but by blood he's Liberian, Yeah, so and he know the struggle, when my kids and myself, when we sit, I explain to them, about my country, about the struggle we go through, in Liberia and stuff. So he is a Liberian, although he was born in Guinea, but his mother and father from Liberia, we only went to Guinea because of the war.
Yep. So let's talk about his name, Kwite. I'm told he was named after his grandfather.
After my father, yeah.
Very, very good. Ma Agnes, I just want to say this to you. How did you manage? I watched a documentary where you said many of his games you were not able to go to see him play, because you had to work 2 jobs. That risk that you took, that sacrifice to send him to that expensive private school. Let's talk about that. How did he find out about that school? And why did you make that decision to work to pay for him to go to that school?
Well, when he started playing the football, one of his, he was good at the game, at a young age. So one of the coach, encouraged me, like, because I was still a lot of good NFL player, like the Google College. They don't look down, they don't look here because I was still, it's a small state, So when they come for when they're doing, they're driving and thing or giving children scholarship, they don't look at Rhode Island. It take a long time before they can even look here because that's small state. So they may encouraging me. Your son go to this school, because I Catholic school now, people paying. This is not public school. So they Catholic school, sometimes invite somebody, coaches, then say, you got to come to our game. Or sometimes they come to that game, So the man encouraged me. So I said, okay, my son, I talk about it. I told him at that time I couldn't afford it, He said, Mommy, it better let me go to that school because college is very expensive books, and thing will cost a lot of money. And if you can't afford just high school, college, I don't think that I will not be able, you won't be able. So I decided, because as a, mother myself, I'm not educated, and I brought my 2 young boys with me in this country. I pray to God every day, I give them my best try, by God's grace, to make sure that they be educated, because as a Black man in this country, you already Black, it's a crime. Then when you're not educated, again, it's worse, And then when you're not educated, you not get a good job, you end up on the street. Then some mother will not sleep at night because the children there now, they say they hustling to make ends for themselves. So I wanted my son to get a better life, so I sacrificed and I put him in that school. So I pick up another job. He and my, 2 jobs. I started doing it, but by God's grace, he was a very good kid. Never gave me problem. When the time he entered that school, being an A student all the way. Every time I go over there, the people will, the school will praise my son. Oh, he's a very good kid. You can see he's not a kid I talk to. He's very quiet. He stay by himself. He don't even get into things, So the people really love him in that school. That whole Warwick area, like, Cooley, their son. They read it down to the principal. Everybody loved my son. And he did a very good job. He made me proud. Even though some days game, I couldn't make it, but he understand, he know. He know the reason why I didn't make it to his game because I go party. I didn't make it to his game because I go sit down to somebody and go chiche pole. He know mommy is not to the game because mommy want make sure tomorrow I get a better life. And when they get a better life too, I will be taken care of too. So in all that, yeah, and
that is extremely good. Quita said that the reason he worked so hard to do so well in school and to do very well playing, to maintain the good grades and everything, He said it was because he knew his mother was making a sacrifice for him to go to that school with that good football program. He said he made a promise to you, Mommy, if you can send me to this school, I promise you I will ensure that I will do so well that you will never have to work again in your life once I am okay. He said that was the inspiration. That's what kept him going.
Yes.
So how did that make you feel that he kept getting good grades? His behavior was great. Everybody loved him, and he was just so powerful on the field. How did that make you feel?
That make me feel proud, and that make me like, my days of sleeping in nursing home, my days of driving, sleeping around the wheel. I know it was a, better thing was going to come out of it, because sometimes some parents will work so hard for the children, but sometimes the children let you down. They're not even seeing it like, okay, my mom is doing this for me, but my son, I know I can see it some days, that, he appreciate, what I, doing for him. And he kept on to his promise, since before even he got drafted. He took me out of work. He said, Mommy, I don't want you to go to work again, I want you to stay home and take care of my younger sibling. And since then, I ain't been working at home, and he taking care of me,
That is amazing. That is beautiful. Does he plan to visit Liberia anytime?
He's gonna visit. Yeah, he plans to visit. He plans to visit. But the season just gonna start. They're starting. They're doing some.
I'm talking about in the future now.
Yes, in the future he will. Yeah, in the future he will. Even my oldest son went with me in May too for the first time to Liberia, to go see.
May of this year.
Yeah, May of this year. Right after the drive, my oldest son and I went to Liberia, took him to go see.
That is incredible. That is incredible. So you have 3 boys.
I have 5 boys.
5. Oh wow, you got so boys.
All boys.
Wow.
And Udi is my second son.
Yeah, because I saw his big brother in the video. They're very close.
Yeah, very close.
I just want to say, and when I say this, I speak for a lot of Liberians, and you got thousands of them watching and listening to you right now. We're just so happy for you, happy for your son, proud of him, proud of you for all you did for Kwite to be where he is today. And we're proud of Kwite for everything he did, because no matter how much support you provided, how much sacrifice you made, like you said, some people can work hard for the children sacrifice, but the children turn out to be nothing, because the children can be serious. But Kwite, a determined, hardworking young man who wanted to succeed, and he succeeded at everything, school and football. We pray for him. We are with him, and we want all the best for him. And getting drafted into the NFL is a big deal. It makes us very proud as a country, as a people, So while it may be your personal glory and success, but as a country, we are proud of that too. We share in that success story, because he's a Liberian, especially that night. When I watched him with a Liberian flag, I love my country very much, very, very much. So when I saw Kwite Pay, whom I know had never been to Liberia since he was born in Guinea, came here when he was 8 months old, celebrate Liberia in that way, I was just so touched. And his story, your story, just inspired me. And so that's why I said I'm going to reach out. My friend Darius made this interview possible. I thank you very much. God bless you. You've done something great. You're a wonderful mother. You are the perfect example of a great mother, and we celebrate you. We celebrate you today. So I said to you the other day, I said, you talk to the American media, now you can't talk to your own people, Yeah, even though we watched it, but still, you had to come talk to your own people. So I just want to say thank you for coming on. And I told you it was not going to be a long interview. One day we hope we can interview Kwite when he has some time. Okay. We can do an interview with him. But I want to say thank you so much, and God bless you. Let's give you a minute to close up.
Okay. I want to say thank you to all the Liberians all over the world for praying for us, for sharing our happiness with us. Because when good thing happen, it's not just for the parent, it's for the whole country. If that were criminal, they'll say, "Oh, that boy in Liberian." They'll not even say he was born in Guinea. So I want to say thank you to all the Liberian. I want to say thank you to Mr. Henry Costa for bringing me on the show, because my first time to to really talk to the Liberian people, especially the people that are around me. And thanks to your friend, like I met him at my friend Coca,
Darren.
Harry, yeah, and he said, I will make sure you talk to him. I didn't know like you so easy like this, because they came, I pick up some people from the airport and say, because when God bless them, they're so high and mighty, they don't want to associate themselves with people. So I said, no, when God put you up there, wherever God put you, stay to that level. Don't promote yourself above where God put you. I'm still a Liberian, I'm still a mother, I still got young children. It doesn't mean my son got drafted. I'm so high and mighty, and I can't speak to people. I can't associate myself with Liberian. I'm a Liberian. I will always be a Liberian. Even Kuli says a Liberian, because his father and we are Liberian. So I want to say thank you to all the Liberian community. I'm still the same Agnes. I will never change. I tell God thank you for, for wherever he brought me through. It was not easy, as a child growing up in Liberia. I myself, I didn't grow up with my mom and my father. So that's the thing that really pushed me to really give my all to my children, because the thing I never have, I say I will do it to my children. And I tell God, thank you, he gave me that opportunity to be able to raise my own children, that anything they learn today or tomorrow, their wife will say, oh, your mother, now your auntie or your cousin. So I tell God, thank you for giving me that opportunity. And I tell you, thank you for giving me the opportunity too, to be on the show, like all mothers. They're never too late. You keep trying, keep trying, pray, gotta keep praying for them. No bad child, African Liberian men say no bad bush for child. We have ups and downs. The children have ups and downs with me growing up, but I never gave up. I never gave up. I always in the business. I enter the room anytime I want to enter. I tell them don't put tattoo on yourself when you in my house. Don't pierce your ear when you in my house. Don't put your pants down when you in my house. They respect that. And we'll have a very good relationship, me and my children. When you grow up in college, now could got all the tattoos you want to get. So men are in college on his own, but it was not in my house. They were not in my house. We respect each other, respect your children, love your children. Don't join people out there and gossip about your child. Talk to them. If you hear something bad, encourage them. So that's why I want to give the advice to Liberian mother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, folks, there you have it. That's Madam Agnes P, the mother of Quite P. Quite P got drafted into the NFL, the National Football League, and it's an incredible thing. His contract, he got a 4-year deal worth $13.6 million. His signing bonus was $7.28 million. George, go ahead.
Yeah.
You hear the man signing bonus?
So why you scratching my name so hard so?
Oh, because if you're not drinking last beer and practicing good, then maybe you will be signing you on for Sunday. But the last beer not spoil you.
Don't worry, pretty soon you'll soon be signing something to you.
What?
You'll soon be signing something to you. Don't worry.
Will be signing you for.
You're sporting it now.
John, you see the man signing bonus $7.28 million begin. Lile la beer begin. All right.
Let's go to the full line,
yeah. Let's go to the full line. So we're very, very happy and proud of Quite and his mother. She's an incredible woman. That woman is incredible. She didn't go far in school, but you hear how she can talk. She's very wise. a wise woman, strong woman who took care of her boys. She got 5 boys. You know what I'm saying? And big boys, look how Quita body. Quita big letter is like 2 of mom body size can make Quita body. And yet she was firm with them. She took good care of them. That is incredible. Let's take some calls there, George.
Okay, folks, the numbers are called 0770-102-102-0886, 010-3888. TJ Lome, you are calling me by Mesa call. Okay, we have TJ Lome on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, George, and good morning to Aaron Pedro Costa.
Good morning.
Look, this is DJ Lome. Georgie, and for that woman to speak, she said she's not educated. My man, that play good. Costa, one day I got to come over there. You have the woman speaking and said she's not educated. But she's secret and speak relatively like your own and of clear. My man, if we for someone else to come over there, one day visit that place there, I don't go with her for. But the end here is that, my man, the thing that we did in the country, the thing that people did to us here, to elect President Weah, it's a complete setback and a complete mess that the Liberian people put themselves in. In this country, Costa, nothing is moving. Yesterday, I heard someone swear. Talking that, look, I just got my radio off. I feel that for that man who comes to that kind of nonsense on the radio. The people passing around here with it, telling you what they mean. What things in this place are stable? You talking about things stable? Someone in this morning on the radio, how they come to stable for taking a salary on time. For taking a salary on time when the poor are empty, they're protesting, when the poor are what is what you're going in every morning thing, they say country stable. What kind of mess to put ourselves into? Now they say they arrested our guy from the pool, they came to LCC. What will come from other A? Nothing will come from other A. It's a complete mistake on a political accident that will take to 11% and we are. But 2023 will that was equal. Costa continue to put it in and let continue to look at CPP like get better that will put him out of power. Thank you this morning, Costa. I can't stand it, man. Like Bro is too bad of this time. Thank you.
Okay, TJ Lombe. Would you love it there? Let's go back. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Petro.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, I'm Amos Gomez calling from New Jersey. I'm just about to talk about what Costa said about providing food for Ghana protein compound. It's good, but from time to time, you know, Japan protein station, people always die there from starvation. Even you send food there, I'm not saying you shouldn't do, but you send food there, the prison guard, they won't give it to the prisoner. From time to time, from those days up to now, people die there for starvation. The prisoner, they die because they don't get them the rightful meal they will be eating them. They take the food, the prison guy will take the food. People who mind the prisoner, they will take the food away from the prisoner. They say they don't deserve that, but they are prisoner. So the hard prison compound are then from time to time. He's just hearing it. All the time people die there, prisoner die of starvation. So thank you, and we are not stopping you. We're not stopping anybody. It's good to make to highlight it that people know.
I understand.
Process. Yeah.
Thank you, my brother.
Dying in Japan is that string to anybody in the whole of one country.
Okay, my brother. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. But you heard what the caller said. The situation with the Bond County prison, the prison manga, he said it's not a new thing. It's always been happening. The prison guards, the wardens, they take the food for themselves and deprive the inmates of the food. And so what do? If we were to give them food, they might just steal the food that we give them. The food that we would give would be intended for the inmates and not for the prison guards and wards, wardens. It's a tricky thing. It's a tricky thing. I don't know how we're going to go about it. we will brainstorm and see what we do. George, let's take some more calls there. We've got 5 more minutes to go before we leave here.
Good morning, Steven. Good morning. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, George.
Yeah, good morning.
Let me say good morning to you, and let me say good morning to our leader, our hero, the incoming senator of 2023, Henry Pedro Costa. Good morning, leader.
Morning, Stephen. Morning.
Yeah, my name is Stephen S. Bonai. I'm calling from Johnsonville this morning. Leader, let me say sorry to the sister that you hosted just now. My condolences to the family. I want to use this time to appreciate the national leadership of the Council of Patriots. On yesterday, through its Johnsonville chapter, we distributed dozens of nose masks across the township, and they do appreciated the Council of Patriots. Even when we identify with Strong FM, they put it in their newscast. And there are a lot of messages for you leader Henry Costa, so that you can talk to the people of Johnsonville. They love you. They continue to show support. And we are resolved. Some of our leaders are pretty verified this now. Some of we are resolved. Nothing about George Weah government movement. I don't really care. My focus is that from now to 2023, how we can make the people to understand that we need a better leadership. We need people like you to enter the Liberia Senate, to go there and see how best you can create that example to be a good leader. People that we can believe them or leaders, the educated people have been letting the people down. Those that educated, they have let the people down. So you can't blame the people for voting for who they so vote for. So only people like you that can come and show real leadership to the people so that they can see that there is light and there is hope. Thank you for having me this morning, and let me say thank you again to Josh.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother, Stephen Bernard. Thank you so much. Let's take some more calls there. And we thank our people for the distribution of masks.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Hey, Georgie, good morning.
Yes, good morning. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Hey, Pedro. Good morning.
Uncle George, good morning now.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Uncle George. We can hear you.
I'm glad.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for taking my call. I just want to add up to what the lady that on the program in regard to her son. You know, her story really touched me. You know, the story she explained and how she been working back to back to make this thing happen. You know, I'm so happy for her. And these are some of the things that we as a parent, if the child do that for you, I mean, you can be okay. I know for a fact, we had the same plan in our mind. I brought 2 boys here. The little one was playing soccer in the high school that he rolled in. I mean, I was so proud each time when they're having game, I go behind him and the people singing my name. Oh, what they play Kemu. When you score, you celebrate. People were like, wow. But that boy walked out of that play. He said he didn't want to do anything of such. It got me like my blood pressure was going back and forth. I almost died because he let me down. And I tried to encourage him to come back in the game. He said no. And today, that's the end of the story. So that was my story that morning. It really touched me. And it brought light back into me. Because of the advice she said. He made mention that some people bring their children here, they turn their back on their parent, and they make promise, and they never fulfill their promises. And her son fulfill his promise to the mom. I want to say, Mom, I'm with you. I'm happy for you, and I will share the joy with you. And I want to say congratulations to your son. A boy like that, one time Holly, he played for the NFL. I think he played for the Kansas Chiefs. He did the same thing for his mom in Houston. He bought a house for the mom, and he bought then 2 cars and gave it to his sister and his mom. The same way, the same story that the woman just explained. It was the same story that Rachel's son did. So thank you so much, Henry Costa, for bringing the woman out so that she can bring the story for all the children to listen to it. Because when they come in the country, they turn their back on their parent, and which is a wrong thing to do. So thank you, Henry.
Okay.
Thank you, Uncle George. Yes, Tamahali used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that's where he retired. Now we also have Alvin Kamara, another incredible young man. He plays for the New Orleans Saints, and his signing bonus was $15 million. $15 million. His contract, his value is he has a 5-year contract with them, valued at $75 million. George, $75 million. He's an incredible young man. I read a story about him the other day. What he said, and he does not waste his money. He does not. What he said, what he does is that he hasn't spent a cent of his earnings, the money he makes from his $75 million that he's making. He said he hasn't spent 1 cent.
Wow.
What he said, he hasn't spent 1 cent of that money. What he said he does is that he says, I've always known the value of a dollar. That's what he said. Kamara, he said, I saw my mom work multiple jobs only to be able to afford the bare essentials. His mother too was everything, just like Quita's mom. Alvin's mother, an incredible mother, and she's his background, his backbone, his pillow. And so they said they said he drove back to one visceral image, something from back in his past, a loaf of bread and a jar of peanut butter, 2 staples he continues to stock in his own kitchen, aside from an early splurge on a box of wings after receiving his rookie signing bonus. Well, after he signed his signing bonus, which was $15 million, just his signing bonus, instead of going to blow it up at a big restaurant or something, what did he do? He bought himself a box of wings, chicken wings, and Kamara has paid all his living expenses with money brought in from sponsorship deals, squirreling away his paychecks from the scenes into savings and investing accounts. So what Kamara does, Alvin Kamara, this incredible young man, all the money he makes from his $75 million contract with the New Orleans Saints, he has not spent 1 cent on living expenses. What he does is that he invests all that money, and then he saves and invests. Then he takes the money he makes from endorsements, from other things that he does. That's what he uses to live. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cause we have people Thomas on the line. We're taking.
Yes, take Mr. Thomas. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Pedro. Good morning, Liberia. I just want to extend my sympathy to the sister that was in the studio this morning regarding his nephew death. These are the things that are happening in Liberia. If you don't have justice in that country, that those things will continue to happen. But I would like to call on the 2 honorable members that live in that community to really step up and investigate this incident. Honorable Dallas Dillon and Honorable Richard Combs, as their constituency that this death has taken place. Secondly, on the prisoner issue in Banga, I will get back to my chapter and see what we can do to help with some food for the prisoners in Banga. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an incredible story there. It's an incredible story with all these young men doing great stuff. I've spoken with Alvin's mother. I believe we spoke once. She's a good woman, good mother, and mothers are something. Mothers are just incredible. A good mother. Now they got some mothers who ain't want the salt to eat, but far more of them are very good, and they have such a great inspiration impact on the lives of their children, and they can help shape their dreams and support them throughout. And mothers make the most sacrifices for their kids, more than fathers. I'm going to tell you that. Generally speaking, mothers will go all the way, and to Tamba Hali, yeah, his story too is incredible. Tamba Hali, he's retired now. He has an incredible story. And so now, Arvin has been playing for a while now. Kwichefe just joined him in the NFL. Tamba Hali has retired. And John Uboti's son used to play. Uboti, he used to play in the NFL. I don't know whether he still plays. Uboti NFL. Let me see. Yeah, his name is Josh. Oh no, hold on. I'm gonna find his full name here. Uboti. George, take one or two more calls before we go. Okay. His name is Ashton Uboti. So he's a Liberian American football. Okay, now okay. He no longer plays now. He's a coach. Okay. All right.
Chairman Momo, I missed a call.
Okay, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ashton Uboti no longer plays. Now he's a coach. I see here it says he signed a contract, a 2-year contract. Let me see whether this is the coaching contract. I believe it is the coaching contract. Okay, all right. It says here he signed a coaching contract for $1.4 million. That's the contract. But of course he played in the NFL. Josh, his name is Ashton Uboti. Okay. All right, folks. Thank you so much. God bless you all, and have yourselves a blessed day. Keep being positive. I hope you learned something from today. You learned something from Mother Agnes Pay, and what a well-rounded, solid mother she is. She didn't go to school, but she's a very wise, intelligent woman. We also want to express our deepest condolences to the family of the Alade family for the loss of their son, their nephew, their brother, their friend, and all the people. And it's just pure wickedness. I think the police should go and round up everybody in that area, including all the people in the house, and people will confess. That's what you do. That's what the police here do in the States. You go, you pick everybody up, and then you start interrogating them one by one. The law allows you to hold them for 48 hours. You can hold them for 48 hours. You go, you pick them up, you lock them up, and you start interrogating them, and you start offering them deals and use all the smart interrogation skills, and somebody will crack. But that young man his death must not be in vain. They murdered him, cut his life short at 23 years of age. Somebody has got to pay. It is just unfair what that family is going through, what has happened to them. It breaks my heart. And it is a shame that the police is yet to arrest anyone. It's a terrible shame. Somebody's life. And people don't value human life in that damn country. Because you saw people murder people, you vote for murderers. And I mean, the worst thing you can do is to take another human being's life. You kill somebody's child. You got children yourself, you murder somebody on a child that in cold blood, you go dump the body on the dumper. Hey man, you think God will bless your own children? Oh my God, people are so damn wicked. Damn wicked people. Yes. And then the police can do nothing. Can you imagine that? So I see you, man.
Okay.